I'm Aaron Hallett. I write original Christian rock. Just getting tuned. I'm going to start going. So I'm running through the Thaw amp, which I just purchased a little bit ago. I've been using it, but I haven't really been fully utilizing its capabilities. I'm probably going to mess around with some stuff today. I had made a setting that just sounds like a regular old distorted amp. I threw in a little bit of low octave right now in standard tuning. Sounds pretty thick, really. So this thing goes on and is a stereo plugin though. It's kind of just having this idea. What if I double track and then join two mono tracks onto a stereo track and put this on after? I don't know if that would work or not. Probably would. But right now it's just on a mono track. I kind of like that. Okay. Ba-da-da-da-bum. So what I'm going to do is just little sections, just like I was doing regular overdubs. This is a little bridge part where I did different stuff. Freaking played it backwards. The last one was a bit different, and I honestly don't even remember what I played. High-pitch harmonics that'll harmonize it. Just doing pinch harmonics. You can hardly hear it, but that's because it's going through intending to be dub sound. In order to do this, I'm going to turn these two things off. Hard pan, all the way left, all the way right. Now I should just be able to bounce regions in place. Undo. Okay, there is a way to get this to work. Okay, that failed. Crap. Alright, well, you know, sometimes something doesn't work out. That's fine. There's probably a way to do that and change that so it'll actually work, but it's just summing it into mono. So the other option, I could send these both into a bus, but then, yeah, it's got to be a whole freaking thing. It's just easier to turn on. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Duplicate that track, because that'll be my overdub blah now. Alright, so I'm going to pan minus third, what I hit, 40, there we go. That's a big sound. I just wanted to try it. I had that thought last night. I was like, I could probably sum these tracks into one and put it into just a stereo instance, but it didn't work. All right, that's why I do this. Learn new things every day. There's probably a way to do that. I failed at finding it, but I'm not that concerned, so I'm just gonna say screw it. Go on to this. All right. Yeah, so I continued the first half of the verse onto the dubs as like accent hits there, because that's the guitar solo and it will be too loud for it. Yeah, the verse goes C sharp, then C sharp again. This was just C sharp to A, C sharp, A, C sharp, A. So I'm going to play this all the way through. So I do the multi-window thing where I show the parts together. This way I got a left and right guitar. You know what? Scratch doing it all the way through, because I just did some things and I realized doing them, I was like, I'm not going to remember this next chorus, so screw it. Okay, copy, paste, skip all this. It's one of those things. I can play stuff all the way through. I mean, I used to be in a band. You'd have to do that. You had no choice, but I did one. This is like, I'm not committing this to memory. This is just putting stuff down and trying to create a cool song. Tasty. I don't know why that's a thing to describe sound, but it is. Really super high-pitched pinch harmonics. barely hear them. They're like dog whistle tones. I used to do overdubs all the way through, and I'd have like 8 windows on that multi-window thing, but my computer wants to die, so I was like, because like processing all those HD videos. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's one of those things. I think I'm the only one that cares. Now I'm just like, you get 1 or 2 to know that I'm playing the guitar, but since I make this video where I'm showing the writing recording process, you can see me doing the overdubs, so yeah, that's why I stopped worrying about that at all. So those are just cleans with a load of reverb, modulation, delay effects. My guitars all filter in to this one track here, which is a guitar bus, by the way. I have a tape saturation plugin on, so it just mimics the sound of recording onto analog tape. Got a little bit of drive on it, so it just kind of like gives that tape fuzz, which adds some nice pleasing harmonics. Chop the lows below 100 and above 700 or 7,000, sorry, that's where the highs get cut. So I'm filtering out the frequency, and then I have a compressor, which is just barely touching it mostly, but I have a limiter on so it doesn't go up past -10. You can see though the input that didn't even go past that point, so it's not doing much, but it's just in case. I try to keep like guitars all into this bus where it's -10 as the output. The drums are about the same, bass guitar the same, and then vocals are also the same. So when it goes into the final master, output, it's like not even close. Like I got headroom for days. I kind of think of it as like I've got a bunch of little like buckets here dumping into one on the bottom. So a lot of times my complaint with plugin companies, they make their plugin, you turn on the preset, and it's like louder than what the master output can handle, just that plugin alone. So I'm like, how do you do that? If you know that and you're aware, you can just turn it down. So like I saw a thing where like some guy just got Modern Massive 2, which is what I just have here. I got it a few months late, but first thing I do, I just turn the master output in the plugin down a little bit, because they're like routing it out and mixing it and all this kind of, I'm like, yeah, just turn the master output down, throw a little bit of compression afterwards, and you just leave it on a stereo track and it sounds bigger than what the other person's getting doing all the fancy crap. I got all those guitars and that's just on a stereo track and it's cutting right through. Basically all I do to play a guitar solo, by the way, this is in E major, like I said, so I literally just play the E major scale. Just go all over the place with it. Yesterday I had a bass part done up on the MIDI, so I played this kind of like as a lead instrument with a weird effect on it. I'm going to use this as the main bass instrument. And the choruses I'll probably put on something to achieve a lower octave to match the guitars. Bass thing. So all I got to do for this is hit flex pitch, turn it on, let it track it. Pitches there, yay. Create MIDI track from flex pitch data. Not always 100% perfect. I heard a little miss there, but what I'm gonna do kind of makes that super not matter. I'm gonna put it out to stereo, like so. Then the real bass is in the middle, that's out to the sides. Gonna go in here, drop all of this a full octave. Simply chop the verse. Yeah, so now the MIDI bass takes up the low end in the chorus with the octave drop, and it just sounds like I kicked on an octave pedal that actually tracks nicely. Save, and I need to pee. I was debating just doing that on the MIDI thing, but I was like, no, just do it on a real guitar. Alright, my camera battery was kind of getting a little low, so I took it on or took that out of the camera, put it on the charger, and I started putting some lyrics down. So I've got a verse. No chorus yet, but I've got a verse. All right. Well, there's raw vocal. I got that. A ridiculously long scream at the end. And it just keeps going. I had someone ask how I do those things, and I answered the question, but yeah. Chris Liepe is a YouTube singer slash instructor and whatnot, so his lessons on there. I actually just watched a few videos where he just has like the free videos up. I didn't even take a course, but I just like imitated what that guy was doing, and then I just do it myself with a few modifications. Not really modifications. I do a lot of like that long scream. That's an inhale, so I'm actually breathing air in. Sounds weird, but if you just effortlessly just go like suck air in, but like just pinch off enough and get like a little bit of vocal fry, which is that thing you get in the morning sometimes, and you're like, you do go, that's all it is. Yeah, and I can do that over falsetto too with a vocal fry and mixed voice, and it just sounds like I'm yelling. When in fact, the waveform will tell you the truth. Here it is, like in the end, that scream just gets quieter. Those lyrics, I copy paste those down to the bottom of my description box if you can't understand what I'm saying, which is very probable when I get up there in range and scream. The middle of my description box has a big paragraph, which is a list of places I'm available online, so iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, etc. So the top of my description box has a link. That link is Bible teaching. I say in the beginning it's Christian rock. Not all my lyrics are necessarily going to be about that, because a lot of times I come out here and just write randomness. The thing is, though, that link is going to take you to what I think is the best teaching there is probably in the world, because there's a lot of subjective teaching out there, which means it's a bunch of traditional denominational stuff, personal, emotional, text out of context is a common theme all over the place, but it's all baggage. People twist the meaning and totally misinterpret things and teach errors. This teaching, being different than all that, is really objective, on point. What does it actually say? What were the writers intending? Grammar translation from the original languages, and just getting into that actual meaning, because it's so lost on people. Like people like been in it their whole lives and they have no idea what's even like the most basic things are. It's crazy. I put this here as a resource if you're looking around. It's just good stuff and you can check it out. And that's all it is. As far as my music, I'll just keep adding to it. I'll see you tomorrow. For now, the song's coming up, and I'll like I said, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.